This is Cyndy G, and in this video we are assembling the Bride of Frankenstein and the Frankenstein pop-up cards. So I do have one base already prepped all the way, and I will show you how to finish prepping the base with this one. I've already put the panel pieces on, and then we are just going to fold this like this. I always start with doing the base first so that it has plenty of time to dry. And then this 1/4 inch space gets glued to the inside here. So because this is thick, you'll just have to hold it a few seconds longer than normal with this quick drying glue. Just want to really make sure that it stays down. Okay. Okay. And that is good. So I'll just set that aside. I'm going to start with, I guess, the bride. And I have already doubled up my pieces. So this is 2 pieces you can see here. And then this one, this is a centerpiece, but I did the top piece just a little bit shorter so that you could see that there's 2 pieces. And it's just your top piece that needs to be the color of whatever color you want to make her skin. So mine is going to be green, so this piece is green, okay? With my castle, right under the windows, I used ink because you can see here they're the same color. So I just inked that to shadow the windows, and you'll be able to see that here on this castle. I did the same thing. See, I just inked right under where the windows are. And so let's go ahead and put this piece together. The castles go opposite for her castle and his castle. The tall towers are on the opposite side for each one of these. So you're just going to line this up. And when I did the base pieces, I glued those together. I put them under my mat so that they would dry nice and flat. And then the drawbridge door is just going to center right in here. And then it's just going to go right here. And actually, it looks like it's going to center side to side, but it's going to line up on the bottom. And that would make it come out better. And then you just glue this piece on top of this one. And you can see here where the 2 towers are going to line up. Okay, so that was pretty simple. And then this is the front piece. And hers is a little bit smaller than Frankenstein's because he's just a little bit bigger than she is, and I didn't want this covering up too much of her. You just have to be a little bit careful. It cut out fine, but these are kind of thin, so you don't want to get them bent. And then be careful not to put too much glue on your lightning bolt. And this is the front insert. So then we're going to take a look at our bride. And I am going to just touch the edges here of her dress. I hadn't done that yet. You can see that my ink pad sheds a little. So I do have a wet paper towel that I used earlier to take up the pieces that shed. Okay. So I'm just applying some glue to that, and then we're just going to glue this right in place, just like that. Now let's put our Frankenstein together, our bride together. So you will need a mat, a good mat, and a good blade so that this cuts out nicely for you. And this just lines up to the bottom. And then if you want to pop up the hair some, I do have this as a separate piece as well. So if you want to add some dimension, or if you want a different color in the background. But whatever color you choose is the color of her eyes, her mouth, and her little stitch. Okay, so just keep that in mind, whatever you decide to do. And then we're just going to line these up. They start here. As they go to these two center places right here. One there and one here. I'm going to put this on first. And I think I will pop this up, her hair. Let's try it, see what it looks like. I think I'll use two. Now I use glue on these because I've had cards that these particular squares have popped off of over time. And so now I just add a drop of glue to them. These are the squares that I get at the Dollar Tree. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so her pieces are done. And so you have one piece that has a slit that's right on the fold. This is your top. And that goes in the front, and the castle slides there in the back. Okay, so then we want to pull these pieces out like this. And your castle, you're going to slide through the top and down through the bottom. Then flip it over. You're going to fold this tab up and we're going to glue it right here on the bottom. So we're gluing it to the very bottom of the card. Okay, now flip it back over. And now this one goes in this front one. And then it slides just like the castle, slides down through the bottom. Okay, then we're going to put glue on the tab. Okay, now flip it back over. Now, the center one, the one that goes right here on the fold, this one's a little bit different than the others. This one, you're going to glue these tabs here, top and bottom, just to the center. So I'm just going to put glue just on here. Then I'm going to glue this tab to it. You want to make sure not to get glue over the edge because you don't want to glue your card closed. And then we're going to put some glue under this top tab. And then you can push this up and you can see that the top and bottom platform go up and down. If you were to push this and this top here did not go up, then you have forgotten to glue this to your center piece, okay? And so on this side, we're going to fold this tab up. We're going to leave this tab down flat. And we're going to put glue on these tabs. You want enough to hold it together, but not too much to ooze out because you don't want to glue your card shut. Okay, and then we're going to fold this over and we're going to glue these tabs together, top and bottom. The top one is a little thick, so you have to kind of work to make sure you've got it in there good. And then we're just going to take a look inside here. I like to just squeeze them, make sure I've got that together good. When I push it up, everything goes up and down the way it's supposed to. At this point, if you did that and the top was not rising up, then you've again missed the step of gluing it to your center piece. So then we're going to close this up. And that is your bride. So let's work on Frankenstein. We're going to do the same things with him. Okay. So this time I'm going to center this side to side, but I'm going to line it up to the bottom, the drawbridge. That lines up a little better. Then I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to just darken this where the windows would be popping through. I think that catches them. Let me make sure. Now if you had a darker gray that you wanted to use and you want the whole center piece to be a darker color, you could do that. Center this and put it right on the bottom. Oh, and on this one, and I didn't do it on that one either. So I think I'm going to see if I can pop this off here for just 1 second. I should have inked this just a little bit right here because those colors are the same and it wasn't, that just lets you see that a little bit better. There we go. Okay, then this one, even though it's a little bit bigger, goes together the same as the other one. Whoops. Okay, so that piece is done, and now let's move in our Frankenstein. So he has like blue pants on. You just want to glue these there to the bottom. I think I'm going to put his jacket on first though. Now if you wanted to, you could leave his pants black. And the reason I didn't is because then his shoes don't really show up. And I guess, that doesn't matter too much. Oh, where's his green hands? Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Let me take a look here through some of my pieces that I went through. I'm missing his green hands. I might have dropped him on the floor. Well, his hands are, he does have hands, and I did cut them. I did have them at one point during this process. So I'm not exactly sure where they have gone, but I will find them or cut new ones. But his backing, I did black. And so that gets his shirt and his shoes. And I just felt like that was better than with her because she didn't have any other clothes that needed to be black. So his hands, I wish I could find them. It's funny, I had everything together. Okay, and then you put the top of his hair on. And if you want it, and this piece is kind of little, I thought about making this more of a cutout, but so you just need to just touch the tip of your glue bottle with this piece. Get some glue on it. And then you glue on his pant legs. Do you see any little green hands down there, teeny? Okay. I think that my cat might have hopped up here and knocked off some of my pieces because she is playing around chasing her little toy mouse. Okay, there he is. I'm just going to take one more look over here on the side, see if I see the hands. And check the piece of paper because maybe I didn't punch them out. Oh, and that's where they are. So they are still in my paper right here. I didn't punch them out. I knew that I had cut them, but there they are. So then you just want to put the little hands on. There we go. I think I'm going to put the glue this time on the base piece. There we go. Okay, so there's your Frankenstein. And now we will pull in our base, and just like with the bride, the center piece is where he's gonna go. And his electricity and the castle. And then we feed the castle through the top and down, whoops, down through the bottom. Flip it over. Glue the tab. Flip it back over, put the front piece in, through the top and down through the bottom. Flip it over, fold the tab up and glue it in place. And then insert our Frankenstein, and he goes in the center. And we are going to glue him just to the tabs. Don't forget to glue the top. Then we're going to test it by just pushing it up. Everything's working the way it's supposed to. Fold up that bottom tab and apply glue here to these two tabs. Then we're going to fold this over, catch these two tabs, glue these together. Push that together, top and bottom. Check it, make sure everything is working the right way. And it is. Then we're going to close it up. And then there is Frankenstein. So there is Frankenstein and his bride. So thank you for joining me.